7 wins in 9 races. That's not a hot streak, that's a takeover. And now, Kevin Harvick is sounding the alarm because what Toyota Racing Development is doing right now could reshape the entire NASCAR power structure and leave the sport's biggest names scrambling to catch up. 9 races into the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season, Toyota has already won 7. 5 of those wins coming from 23X Racing, a team that wasn't even in the same conversation as Joe Gibbs Racing just a few years ago. Drivers like Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin are leading the standings, and Toyota, they got 5 cars sitting inside the top 10. Meanwhile, Hendrick Motorsports and the rest of Chevy are playing catch-up. This didn't happen overnight. Toyota spent years rebuilding after losing its grip on dominance, the era when drivers like Kyle Busch were carrying the banner. But now, they've come back with something far more dangerous than raw speed, a system, a tightly controlled ecosystem where data flows freely between Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing. Every lap, every setup, every adjustment shared, refined, reused. Compare that to Chevrolet, where nearly 20 cars across multiple teams are supposed to be aligned but clearly aren't. And that gap, it's starting to show up where it matters most: wins, consistency, and control of the front of the field. What Kevin Harvick is pointing out here isn't just dominance, it's efficiency. Toyota isn't trying to outnumber the competition. They're outsmarting them. Think about this: when Tyler Reddick hits on a winning setup, that information doesn't stay isolated. It becomes a baseline. When Denny Hamlin finds speed, it feeds directly into the same system. And because those teams are consistently running at the front, they're collecting the most valuable data in racing data under pressure. That creates a loop: front-running cars to, quote, better data, better setups, more front-running cars. That's how you build dominance. Now flip it to Chevy. Hendrick Motorsports is still the benchmark, but the rest of the Chevrolet camp, they're scattered. Teams like Trackhouse Racing and Richard Childress Racing aren't consistently translating shared information into speed. And here's the real problem: if the shared data isn't producing equal performance, then it's either flawed, misunderstood, or too diluted to matter. That's exactly what Denny Hamlin hinted at, suggesting some teams might actually be worse off relying on it. Then there's the elephant in the room: Kyle Larson, winless in over 30 races. Chase Elliott and William Byron, no longer dominating like they once did. That's not just a slump. That's a sign the system around them isn't evolving fast enough. Meanwhile, Toyota, they're not just improving, they're compounding. And in a sport where thousandths of a second matter, that's how you bury the competition. Fans are split right now. On one side, there's respect. What Toyota is doing looks like precision, teamwork, and execution at the highest level. On the other, frustration. Because when one manufacturer starts locking down the front of the grid, it raises a bigger question. Is competition slipping, or is everyone else just falling behind? Media voices are already circling this as a potential cycle shift in NASCAR, the kind where one group figures it out and everyone else spends years trying to catch up. Chevy and Ford adjust fast. They streamline their data systems, tighten collaboration, and start closing the gap by mid-season. The championship fight becomes a 3-way war again. Toyota keeps stacking wins. Their data advantage grows even stronger. And by playoff time, the championship picture is already decided before it even begins. So here's the real question: is this the start of a Toyota dynasty, or the wake-up call that finally forces NASCAR's biggest teams to evolve? Drop your take below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, the real stories behind the speed, hit subscribe and stay locked in.